GTA Online has an incredible amount of cars, clothes, planes, boats, and other things you can earn in the game, with them ranging from very cheap to multi-million-dollar items. But what are the most expensive items in the entire game? Well, in today's video, I'll be sharing with you the top 5 most expensive items in GTA Online, and comment how many of these items you actually own in the comment section down below. And without further ado guys, let's just jump straight into today's video. So starting off this list, we have the Ruiner 2000, which is the most expensive car on this list, coming in at $5,745,600. It has some of the best missiles in the entire game, with extremely aggressive tracking and the ability to jump and glide with the use of a parachute. It is based on the car kit from TV's Knight Rider, which makes it an even cooler car. You can get the Ruiner 2000 for a reduced price actually of $4,320,000 if you complete the arms embargo mission. Now this car is probably worth the money, as it is really useful in a lot of missions such as Headhunter for the CEO work, and it's great for dealing with griefers as well, making this one of the most worthwhile things on this list. Next up at the number 4 spot, we have one of the largest planes in GTA, and that's the Bombushka. Now this plane comes in at a price of $5,918,500. Now the Bombushka is everything that the Tula aspires to be. It can carry other vehicles, host a crew of 6, and has lots of bombs, and is one of the most practical flying vehicles in GTA Online. Now I use the Bombushka a lot when I'm playing with friends, and I would say it's one of the most useful planes for transporting players and vehicles around the map. Now thankfully, just like the Ruiner though, you can get it for a far reduced price, and the way you do this is by completing only 24 air freight cargo source missions for the hangar, which should only take a few hours, which reduces the price of the plane from $5,918,500 down to a much more reasonable $4,450,000, which is much more reasonable, but it is still one of the most expensive planes in the game. Next up, we have a fan favorite jet, which really is quite a jump in price from the other two featured on this list, which is the Laser Jet, coming in at $6.5 million, which is really crazy. Now the Laser Jet is one of the best, or if not the best planes in the game for dogfighting, but as I'm not an avid dogfighter, leave your favorite fighter jet down in the comments below and you guys can battle it out down there. Now it has a wide array of powerful weapons, ranging from the explosive cannon to the missiles. Now it's also a very fast jet with really good handling, and it can even sometimes outrun or outmaneuver even Oppressor Mark II missiles, making it very handy. Now its explosive cannon is extremely effective at taking out ground targets and even moderately armored vehicles. Unlike the other vehicles on this list though, so far, there is no trade price available for this vehicle, which means if you really want to get this vehicle, you will have to pay the extortionate $6.5 million price tag for it, which, considering there are plenty of other very fast and heavily armored planes in the game, is it really worth it? I will leave that up to you guys to decide. Let's step away from the violence and the fighting vehicles and move on to something a bit more classy at the number 2 spot, and we have the famous Aquarius Yacht. Now this yacht is the ultimate you have made it piece in GTA Online, signifying your insane wealth in the game. It doesn't really do anything apart from allowing you to do one more VIP mission, which pays about $30,000, and of course it looks great, but back in the day, players would flock to these yachts as they were seen as the golden piece in GTA Online. Now you rarely see any players on them, but if you still want to buy one, it will set you back a hefty price of $8 million, which can actually be achieved in about 4 runs of cayo perico heist, so putting this into perspective, it's actually not that much. And here we are at the number 1 spot. The gold medal of this top 5 list goes to the Luxor Deluxe plane, which is the most extravagant and needless expenditure a player can make in all of GTA Online. Now the Luxor Deluxe is a gold plated jet practically a beacon that tells everybody who looks up, hey peasants down there, take a look at my shiny gold plane that you guys don't have. Now the Luxor Deluxe is not particularly fast and lacks any fancy military equipment like the missiles or explosive cannons of the laser, and it's actually very susceptible to most weaponry, but what it lacks in practicality, it makes up for in elegance, despite there being many more beneficial ways to spend your money in GTA Online. You can drink champagne in the back, access the internet like you could on your phone for free, but it's still pretty cool, and the inside of the plane looks absolutely amazing. Now the Luxor Deluxe is undoubtedly the most expensive thing in GTA Online and worth it just for the bragging rights, and if you do actually still want to buy one of these bad boys, then it will set you back an eye-watering $10 million, and yes, I just said that, $10 million for a gold-plated Luxor. But that's all for today's video. How many of these vehicles do you actually own? Comment down below how many of these you actually own. Like, subscribe for more GTA Online and GTA Grand RP videos. And like always guys, take care everyone and have a great day.